Today we'll be talking about a player at my alma mater, Rock Chalk baby. Kansas has Flory Bidunga, a 21-year-old sophomore out of Congo. And he actually is from Kokomo, Indiana, and he's firmly planted himself in the first round conversation. Through 28 games, as of right now, his production is hard to ignore. He's averaging 14.5 points, over 9 rebounds, and nearly 3 blocks per game. If you guys don't understand, if you're averaging like 3 blocks a game in college, if you look historically, guys like Miles Turner and others who have went on to be some of the best shot blockers in the NBA, they all average like 3 or 4 blocks a game in college. He is shooting a ridiculous 65% from the field, though that number comes with an important caveat. He lives exclusively within the paint. So let's start and talk about Bidunga. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Where do you think he's going to go? What is your projection for him and expectations? Like, comment, and subscribe. Look, this is a guy who can protect the rim. He is a true rim protector. As we mentioned, swatting nearly 3 shots per game and holding opponents to just 27% shooting around the rim. He alters or rejects everything that comes into his zip code. In transition, he runs the floor like a deer. Look at those strides. They're long. He's got a great gait, and he finishes everything above the rim as a vertical spacer, giving his guards a reliable lob target on the break or off the pick and roll as a rim runner. He attacks the glass offensively with a non-stop motor, turning missed shots into putback dunks or kick out opportunities in the 3-point range for his teammates. And out of the ball screen, we mentioned he's a great rim runner who rolls hard to the rim and creates heavy gravity, sucking in defenders as they collapse and opening up space for his guards to either shoot it over top of the defense or to drive in and hit the basket themselves. And he showed a massive growth this year, attacking closeouts from 10 to 18 feet, being able to put the ball comfortably on the deck and beating slower bigs to the cup with force. He moves his feet extremely well for a big man, allowing him to switch onto wings on the perimeter and stay in front of them as he contains. He sets a mean screen that actually frees up his guards because of how wide he is, and he explodes to the rim as a dump off threat in the dunker spot. And he kind of plays with a Serge Ibaka type energy and brings it every single night. Hustles, got a great motor, and doesn't take a possession off. And when he gets consistent touches, the ceiling flashes. Dropped 23 points on 9 of 11 shooting against Green Bay, 25 points on 10 of 11 shooting against Princeton earlier this season. Yes, the offensive limitations are significant. They're impossible to ignore. Bidunga's game is strictly parked in the paint. He hasn't attempted a 3-pointer all season and doesn't stretch the floor at all, which in theory will clog driving lanes in the modern NBA. And he shoots at the free throw line 68%, which I think shooting's the easiest thing to teach somebody, but I don't think he ever needs to learn it. Now, he does turn the ball over 1.6 times per game, often getting stripped in traffic or just forcing bad passes that aren't there when the defense is collapsing. He can get sped up and become a bit wild when he catches it under pressure, leading to rush hook shots or travels instead of patient post moves with fluid footwork. He goes through scoring droughts where he disappears offensively, like a 4-point outing against Houston or an 8-point game against Oklahoma State. And he shot 4 of 10 in that game. He gets himself in foul trouble at times by overhelping, swiping at drivers, or just trying to swat any shot. And that's what takes him off the floor at times. And he lacks any kind of face-up game or mid-range game consistency. If he's not dunking or laying it in, the possession often stalls. He had a rough stretch in late November where he struggled to score consistently, including inefficient games against UConn and Mizzou, and his frame, while strong, is slightly undersized for a true NBA 5 at 6'10", meaning he'll have to rely entirely on his wingspan, bounce, and strength to hang with the bigger 7-footers. So bottom line, I think Flory Bidunga is worth the late first-round pick because of the rim protection he brings, his motor, his rebounding, and not needing the ball. He possesses that Serge Ibaka shot blocking instincts and Clint Capela type of rebounding and bounce that make him at least a viable high energy backup center from day one. And if he can develop some, offensive moves, maybe like a drop step and something to help just merely be more than a putback lob threat on offense, that'd be great. But his time at Kansas can be viewed as him playing in a crowded front court with an antiquated coach, and that he's really good defensively. He just needs to learn how to read defenses, develop a bit more stuff on the offensive side. You're getting a guy who's going to at least be a quality backup big man, an energy piece off the second unit, that if everything works out, maybe you could become one of the better starting centers in the NBA. I think Clint Capela is the absolute gold standard for Bidunga. The lob and block big. Capela built a lucrative career mastering exactly what Bidunga does, rolling hard to the rim, catching everything thrown his way, cleaning up the offensive glass, and protecting the paint without really needing the ball ever. Capela never developed a jump shot, had a great field goal percentage, and was able to vertically space, which allowed him to be the perfect pick and roll partner for Trae Young and James Harden. So I think that's the blueprint for Bidunga. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Till next time, guys. Peace out. Woo.